Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just wanted to do a quick unboxing kind of because I already opened it, but it's an update on my Pochette Metis and there's a story behind it, and you guys are probably wondering why there are two dust bags in front of me, so I will get right into it. I don't want this video to be too long. I'm on a really tight time frame right now. So I'm finally reunited with my Pochette Metis. If you guys aren't aware, I had a problem with glazing. I took it in for repairs. The bag came back 2 months later and they did a really weird job. I'll have the video linked down below in case anybody's curious as to what happened. And long story short, they told me they were going to give me a replacement, and I've been waiting almost 5 months because that was around New Year's, right before New Year's, that I had gotten back my replacement. And yeah, so anyways, I've been waiting for so long. I did contact my SA from time to time, but always the same thing. They said that they didn't get any in, that they were not available, that I just had to wait for stock to come in. And then on one day I was on my Facebook group and I saw that somebody had purchased one from the store, from my store, and so that got me curious as to like are these bags coming in now? And so I contacted my SA again and I asked her, are you getting the bags in? Because I know somebody who purchased one from you not too long ago. And she said no, it was probably, probably one had come in and somebody had declined, so that's probably why your friend was able to purchase, which, kind of didn't sound right. But then she also said that they were not able to order anymore either, and so I just had to wait. So this correspondence had gone through email because I'd rather, it was easier for me to email her because she's always so busy and really hard to get her on the phone. So anyways, I told her, I emailed her back and I said, what do you mean that you can't order them in? Does that mean I'm not getting my bag? And she never replied to that. So a couple days later, I called the store. I was able to speak to the manager, and the manager said that it was actually true that they can't place the orders in, but but they're going to check up on it and then contact me back. Well, I get a call a couple days later after that from another person that I had never spoken to before, and he says, oh, your bag is back from repair. And I said, I know it's been back from repair, and I give it back to you guys because you did a bad job. And he was like, well, I have it in my hands right now and I don't see what the issue is. If you could please kindly go over it with me again, I may be able to help you. And I asked who he was, and apparently this was the store manager, which is different from the other manager who's in charge of repairs, I guess, is the one I was talking to before. So anyways, the store manager wanted me to go over it again with him, so I did. I gave him the whole story, and before, his attitude was kind of like, I don't see anything wrong with it. But once I went into the details of it, he was like, yes, 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 I see exactly what you're talking about. I'm really, really sorry this happened to you, and I will try to get that replacement back to you as quickly as possible. He said he was going to contact corporate and see if they can send one to him directly so that he could give it to me. So a couple weeks pass, I don't hear anything from them, and I get a bit, anxious. So I call them and I say, hey, what's going on? Did you get an update? And they were like, well, corporate will not let us order any, but I did let my shipment manager know that the next Pochette Metis is supposed to come to the store manager so that he could give it to me. And he was like, it's not going to be long. It's not going to be long. Just bear with me a little bit longer. Well, after that phone call, I was kind of like, oh, I was kind of upset. I was like browsing the Louis Vuitton website, and lo and behold, Pochette Metis is available online. So without thinking twice, I just ordered it. And then I called the store and I said, well, you know what? I just was online and I was able to get one and I purchased it. I'm wondering if you guys are able to return it, give me a refund for it, and then that can be my replacement. And he says, I'm so sorry, but we're inside of a Nordstrom, which they are, and they were like, we're on a different system and we are just not allowed to do that. So anyways, he was like, I'm so sorry you had to do that, but it won't be long, it won't be long. And I hung up. The next day, my SA calls me and says, guess what, I have your Pochette Metis, I'm going to send it to you today. And this is it. So that's why I have two. That's why I have the Pochette Metis that my essay sent me, and I have the one that I purchased from the online order. So the reason why I still have both of them is because they basically came at the same time. And then the reason why I have them in front of you right now is because the one that my essay sent me is made in France. Can you believe it? And the one that the online order was made in USA. And I could tell immediately there was a difference. And so I wanted to share with you guys what the differences are. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. That judgment is up to you. I really don't think one is better than the other, but there are significant differences. So I'm going to show that. So with that said, let's see. And this one. Okay, I can tell you right off the bat that this one is the Made in France one. This is the one that my essay sent me. And I will tell you very shortly why I can tell this one is the Made in France. And here is the Made in USA one, which is also impeccable. I got a really, really good one. And yeah, I can tell this one is made in USA. And the reason I can tell is because this one, the canvas is so smushy and soft. And this one has more structure. And it's understandable. They say that the canvas differs from batch to batch. And so there might be a difference in that. I'm not saying that the Made in France one is better or the Made in USA one is better, but I will show you the difference. This one is just thinner in my hand. Can you see how much I can squeeze that? Whereas this one is more structured and it doesn't smush. Can you see the difference? I mean, I can totally feel it, and I think it's showing very well on camera too. Look at how much structure this one has, and look at how flat and smushy this is. So one thing about the canvas is that because of that flexibility in the Made in France one, do you see how rounded this is? And then from the side as well, how smooth the round round it is. And then if you go over to the Made in USA one, it's really square. Can you see that? And it's square up top too, and it's very structured. Now, visually, I think this looks so much better because of that structure. It just looks, you know, the shape looks a lot better. Side by side, look at that, you know? Look at how soft that is and look at how structured that is. So I do think that the structured one looks better. However, the main problem that the Pochette Metis has is the flap. Because when you open and close this flap, you know, repetitively, the crack usually happens right here. This is where everybody seems to be having the glazing issues. And I feel like because of this smushy canvas, the softer canvas, I don't know, I feel like it's not gonna crack as easily. That I might be wrong. This might be the better one to keep, but you know, I just feel like this would be better in preventing that glazing from cracking. And then I didn't know this, but I saw another YouTuber, I forget the name, I'm so sorry, but she said that her essay had told her that they are now doing this, they're bending it backwards when they glaze it so that it's, you know, more flexible. And so that's supposed to help them prevent that cracking from happening too. So a noticeable difference is the canvas and the softness and the stiffness. And look at this. I mean, this looks so much bigger and wider, and it feels like it too. Look at how I can just smoosh that, and I can't do that with this one. You see the difference? And then number two is because this is a softer canvas, I think it might have been, it's just, you know, the corners are rounded very nicely, but the piping is very thin. I think it's because the canvas might be slightly thinner. You can see it's very thin all around. Now there are some bumps around the roundness here. And the Made in USA is much better with the corners, and I'll show you that. And you see, but you see how the piping, especially right here, is a lot thicker than the Made in France one. And I'll do a side-by-side very soon, but they rounded this amazingly. The workmanship is great. So yeah, I'll show you what the bottom looks like side by side. And you see how the piping on this one looks just very pronounced compared to the piping on this one. So yeah, that's another difference I noticed. And because this canvas is so much more softer, you can see that it bulges out and just smushes, whereas this holds its structure and it looks nice. Okay, so I think that's about it as to the differences that I've seen, like major differences that I've seen. But mostly it's canvas quality, and I think the workmanship also follows, because like if you see the sides, you see how the folds are like really done well, and it's, you know, the shape is just really nice on the Made in USA. And then the Made in France, you can see that it's a lot more I don't know, like, I guess, you know, just more drapey is maybe, I don't know the exact word, but you can see that there's a difference. And then finally, I think the S-locks are very similar, but the straps, because the canvas is a little bit different. You can see that the strap is very stiff, whereas the strap is very softer, you know, compared. It's thicker, it looks thicker too, if you can see. Can you see how thick this is compared to the other Made in France one? So yeah, that's what I noticed. It's like a big difference. I do intend to keep the Made in France one. I debated it. I mean, I love the look of the Made in USA. It's so much better. However, like I said, I feel like the softness of the canvas is going to help from this glazing, cracking. It just feels like it's going to hold up better because of that. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to keep. But I just wanted to share the difference that I noticed, and hopefully this helps you guys when you guys are looking at your Pochette Metis. And I will do an updated wear and tear video on this after I use it for a while. With that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in my next one.